Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the weekend cruiser on Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas, my personal favorite ship right now and my home ship where I am often coming on the weekends. Wanted to give you a quick tour of the Royal Promenade. Now this is going to be the center of all things happening on the cruise ship. So there's restaurants, there's stores, there's different things that you can do on Deck 5 that you're going to want to make sure you check out. This is also going to be a great place where you can cut from the forward part of the ship where I am standing now all the way to the aft part of the ship. So I don't necessarily walk through the cabin floor. So if I'm in the back of the ship and I want to walk towards the front, I'm going to come to Deck 5 to cut through so that I can see all the people, see what's happening, versus cutting through one of the hallways where the staterooms are. So let's go on a quick tour and see what all is to offer here on Deck 5. Now, right now we are at it's about 12:20, 12:30 on a Sunday afternoon, and we're at Coco Cay, so it's a little bit quiet. The stores will be closed, but you should still be able to get a good idea of what all there is to do here on Deck 5. Starting as the anchor point to Deck 5, the Promenade, is going to be the Star Lounge on Deck 5. So when you come in here, this is going to be where they have a lot of different events and activities, and it's truly a multi-purpose style room. It is a vaccinated guest area only, so you can remove your mask when you are in this section. So this is going to be Latin themed majority of the time. So if you're looking for amazing Latin music, the band here is fantastic. It's also going to be where they do majority rules game. You're going to have bingo and a couple of other events that are going to be happening throughout the evening in here. Great setup for lounging, for sitting with a few folks. You can move the furniture around a little bit if you need to make it a little bit larger. There is a smaller bar here. The walk-up service is going to be on the side closest to me. They'll put a sign up there because there's traditionally people sitting in the chairs. You're also going to have at this side the library and card room. Unfortunately, due to COVID, there is no more library. They had to remove all of the books. So if you go in there looking for books, they do not exist anymore. People apparently have to touch a book, and because of that, they removed them. Don't necessarily get it, but that is the current policy. This room is also going to double as the Pinnacle Lounge from 5 to 8 in the evening. But it's a great place to escape, have some quiet. There's no sound in there for you to really be able to concentrate on that gin rummy game that you are playing. When you walk out, you'll see that the promenade opens up beautifully here. And if you've never been on a cruise ship before, make sure that you're looking up. There's some great views, and it's just really awe-inspiring when you see all the engineering that has gone into making this promenade the promenade. You've got elevators on two different sides, so we are all the way forward of the ship now. So I'm going to walk towards the entrance of the promenade, and we'll cut all the way through the back, calling out the different stores. So we're just going to peek in here. I'll show you the hours of operation for this weekend sailing. If you do want something, make sure that you're paying attention to the time that they're going to be open. You're going to have Sorrentos over here for all of those people that enjoy eating. This is some great pizza. The Caribbean Jerk is truly my favorite pizza that they're going to have. But they're going to have sandwiches and a few other items you can get there too. You've got the Fashion Boutique collection here. That's going to be more your high-end shopping on the ship, with Regalia really being the higher-end watches and luxury gear that you're going to be looking for. They used to do shows, have bands on here. That has kind of gone away in the post-COVID world, so you're not going to find a lot of activities currently on the promenade, which I think is unfortunate because it just drew too big of a crowd. This place used to be packed when they would do the 70 shows or the midnight balloon drop, so they have since quit doing those. You're going to have the home of your port shopping desk. Here on the Freedom of the Seas, this isn't as big of a thing simply because we're only going to Nassau and Coco Cay. So not too terribly many ports to talk about, and the shopping for those isn't the best in the world, but they can still give you some great advice on where to go in Nassau. You've got the Solaria, so if you're looking for some makeup or some perfumes, this is a great spot to get that. Everything that you're going to buy on the ship is going to come tax and duty free. Make sure that you do know the limits of what you can buy and take back to your country, but this is where you're going to be able to buy the different makeup products or perfumes. They do have male and female that you can buy. There is an entrance to Casino Royale. I don't think most people even recognize that there is a staircase here, but if you want quick access to the casino from the middle of the promenade, they make that extremely easy for you. You've got the Bull and Bear English pub also directly in the middle. This is great people watching. If you want to come and just hang out, grab a drink, or even bring your food from Sorrento's to here, you can do that. So Bull and Bear also does some trivia, and they're gonna have live music. So as you see set up over here, they've got a one-man kind of show that will perform, and they do change out who they are. Interestingly, they don't use the stage that is here. I think they started out using the stage, but they found that they had more visibility and they could see their crowd easier when they were over in the corner. The pub is also gonna have your best selection of beer. So if you're looking for a fancier type beer, you might not be a Bud Light guy, you might not be a Mick Ultra kind of guy, you may want to try a Leffe or a Belgian beer such as that. I'm actually gonna walk up here, they've got them displayed. I'm gonna show you the different kinds of beers. Actually, they took them down. So traditionally, they're displayed right there, but since they are closed, they do not have those. But if you do want a more unique beer, this is the place that's gonna have that versus your more American or traditional lagers that are out there. Here's our hotel director, Julie, walking by. Say hi, everybody.
Hi. Happy Thanksgiving.
And now you're gonna have vintages. I think this is one of the places that's the quietest on the ship. So if you're looking for a place to sneak away, you see that there's a table back here on the far left where you can hang out, be with your friends, and really catch up. So like the Bull and Bear was good for beer, here's gonna be where you wanna go to get that specialty bottle of wine or just a nicer glass by the glass. So they do have a higher end selection of wine. If you like wine, you may be a practicing sommelier, if you will, or an aspiring one, I should say. This is gonna be the place where you're gonna come and get those nicer glasses of wine or hang out with your friends. Just because you get your glass of wine here does not mean that you have to stay in vintages. So if you do want to just pick it up, take it to dinner with you, because you cannot get the same wine here that you can get in the main dining room or the specialty restaurants, you are free to do that as well. There's a wonderful communal table over here, so if you do come for one of the wine tastings that they put on, this is where that's going to be held out at the communal table. Great for groups or people just looking to hang out somewhere. The other side, you're gonna have the logo shop. So make sure that you're swinging by here and taking home some kind of memorabilia from your cruise. This is where all things Royal Caribbean are going to be. They will have some flash sales. Those have slowly started coming back at this point. You can see the hours here, but they've got some really unique Freedom of the Seas or Royal Caribbean memorabilia that you would be able to take home with you. Maybe buy it as a gift or somebody you're thinking of. I collect, if you can see it, the little ship models right there, because I go on a lot of cruises and I wanted something that didn't take up too much space. So I get one ship model from every cruise that I go on, and it doesn't take up too terribly much space. If I got something from every sailing or every port, it would be a little intensive for me, and I'm not a huge knick-knack or tchotchke kind of person, so that would probably not be a good fit for me. But those seem to fit very well under my TV stand. You may have seen some of those in the videos that I've posted before. And speaking of which, here is the Port Merchant, which there is another video of. So if you want a deep dive of the Port Merchant and some of the interesting items that they sell inside, you can check out the video on Port Merchant shopping. I see that Hennessy White is still in stock. This is one that's very difficult to get in a lot of the US ports, and probably one of the more popular items to get inside. They're gonna sell your liquor, tobacco, and they're also going to have, if you can see in the back right corner, some, just some travel essentials. So if you forgot your sunscreen, they're going to have some $20 sunscreen bottles in there that you can also buy. Directly behind that is the Regalia Fine Jewelry and Fine Watches. This is a great place if you're shopping for jewelry. Again, it is tax and duty free. These people in here are wonderful. I've gotten to know many of them and bought one or two things, but not a lot, but they are fantastic crew inside of the jewelry store. Post-COVID, they actually increased their presence with Effie. So a lot of the Effie stores were closed or had reduced hours in the ports, and so they brought a lot of their inventory onto ships. So if you're looking to buy some Effie, they have an entire section dedicated to FE. They've got a lot of watches. They even have some used Rolex watches inside as well. So plenty of items to shop around, take a look. They'll do a few raffles, things of that nature, so you can check it out. Another place that stays pretty quiet on here, I think I saw the most people on this cruise in here, is Ben and Jerry's. So you've got the ice cream parlor here that serves Ben and Jerry's ice cream. A lot of people do not come here. I think that is probably because there's plenty of other places to get ice cream. Johnny Rockets on the ship is gonna have your ice cream options. You're also gonna have soft serve up by the pool. But if you want to come and get a specialty ice cream, I can tell you they're making waffle cones now and it smells amazing. But they do have a good assortment of the Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Come grab a milkshake, grab a cone. It is good eating. Across, you're gonna have the people that bring me life every morning. It is Cafe Promenade. That's where you're gonna get your specialty coffees. And they also do have drip coffee on the other side. So depending on what you want, this is where you're gonna come and get it. I'm gonna be coming in getting an iced Americano with a little bit of milk. That is 3 shots of espresso that wakes me up every morning or whatever time I happen to come in here. In the afternoon, I'm gonna come and get an iced chai latte. I'm on a cruise ship, so I think everything needs to be iced to keep me nice and cool. You can also use your Diamond and higher drink coupons if you have those, or if you buy one of the beverage packages, that is gonna work here as well. They've got some food options, so if you're also in a hungry mood, you can always swing by, grab a cookie, grab some sweets. And for lunch, you can see that they've got out some hand sandwiches that you can eat as well. Hand sandwiches, not ham sandwiches. Here are the drip coffees. I've got the staff here moving around, letting me get a good view, so thank you guys. The drip coffee, that is complimentary whether you have a drink package or not, so you can always swing by and get a coffee whatever time of day you want. Shorex, everybody's favorite. Oh, looks like I've got competition over here from the other recording crew on the ship. You've got Shorex where you can come and book your excursions. They've got the tablets here where you can go online. This is going to be very similar to the app. So if you've got the app, you can book your shore excursions through that. They always have a few helpful people that are working here as well that can help you out, give you some advice. If you're looking at what cabana is the best one, they can always help you there. Moving on, you've got the market here. This is where you're gonna find non-Royal Caribbean logo and merchandise. They've got some really cool items inside of here. So if you're looking for just some athletic wear, you didn't bring a bathing suit, but you don't want it to say Royal Caribbean all over it, maybe some flip-flops or a nice pair of sunglasses, this is gonna be the store for you. On the other side, you've got the next cruise. This is where you're gonna come to book your next cruise. That's Veldine over there, she's wonderful. They're gonna have some flyers here for you to kind of check out and tease yourself on what it is you might want to book for your next cruise. They also have a lot of promotions and discounts, so if you're looking at going on a sailing, make sure that you do swing by to see what they're gonna be able to help you out with. They sometimes can get you extra onboard credit, which who does not love extra money to spend on board at all these wonderful shops that I'm showing you. Here you've got the R bar. So this is the classiest of all of the bars. It's got some really neat chairs. It's also good for groups, I would say. The way that the chairs are arranged, you can fit a lot more people in here, but this is, on some ships called the champagne bar. Here it is called the R bar. It is more elegant, it is nicer. Looks like somebody left their shoes at some point. But you can come and get cocktails. They actually don't have a beer menu here, I think. I used to walk down to the Bull and Bear to grab my beers. They'll sometimes have better prices down there too. But here is a really cool bar to hang out at. And you've also got a really neat photo opportunity. So if you want to get really neat shots or Instagram pictures, I always find this seat here with the colors and the way that the picture frame is set up is really, really neat. Just on the other side is guest services. So if you are looking for some support, you're not using the Diamond Concierge, the Suite Concierge, one of those, you can come over here to guest services and they can take care of all of your needs on side the ship, or at least direct you to the right spot. So if you do need to make a payment to your account, maybe you're on a cash account, you need to get a room key, there's something with your room that you need to have fixed, some maintenance, this is the spot where you're going to come and have that done. There's also ATMs at both ends of the ship. So there was one on the forward side beside of Sorrento's. There's another one here. So if you see this one is currently out of service, there is another one on the other side, the forward part of the ship that you can access to get some cash out of your bank accounts. And then at the very after the ship, that's where you're going to find all the food options of where to eat. This is the main dining room on deck 5. This is going to be for traditional dining. If you want great pictures, up here's the place to go. It overlooks the promenade. It has beautiful views. So as you can see, the promenade is pretty big here on Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas, with restaurants, with shops, with guest services, plenty to do. Make sure that you're exploring, you're walking through it. It's also a great people watching location. So if you're like me and you just want to sit, hang out, and see who else on the ship, this is another great place to do it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tour of the Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas promenade on deck 5. This is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon.